Every generation believes they've finally figured money out. Every single one. Your grandparents had their plan. Your parents had theirs. And right now, you have yours. A side hustle, a savings goal, a strategy. But here's the thing. Nobody wants to admit. More income. Same struggle. More opportunity. Same anxiety. Different decade. Same trap. And once you see why this keeps happening, why every generation walks into the same invisible wall, you won't be able to unsee it. Let's get into it. Think about how much has changed in the last 50 years. We went from physical libraries to having the entire internet in our pocket. From 3 TV channels to infinite streaming. From one career for life to a marketplace where you can monetize literally anything. Your knowledge, your face, your voice, your hobby. The tools changed. The access changed. The information changed. But the financial outcomes? Almost identical. More than 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That number hasn't moved in decades. And it's not just America. It's everywhere. The faces change. The era changes. The struggle stays the same. Why? Because it's not about the tools. It's not about the economy. It's not even really about income. It's about a pattern. A deeply human, deeply seductive pattern that gets passed down not through genetics, but through behavior. Through what we watch, what we copy, what we never question. And nobody teaches you to see it. Until now. Here's the story most of us were told. Work hard, study hard, get a good job, earn more, spend wisely, get ahead. Simple, clean, makes sense. So we follow it. We get the job, we hustle, we ask for the raise, and we pick up the freelance work. We launch the side project at 11 p.m. after the kids are in bed. And then something strange happens. We earn more. And somehow we're still stretched. We get the promotion. And somehow the bank account still runs low before the month ends. We grind harder. And somehow the finish line never gets closer. More income. Same struggle. Every time. And we don't question the system. We question ourselves. Maybe I need to earn more. So we chase more income. Maybe I need another stream. So we add another hustle. Maybe I'm just not working hard enough. So we work harder. And the cycle continues. Here's what nobody tells you. The story was never wrong. It was just incomplete. What if the problem isn't how much you earn? What if the real problem is what you do with what you earn? Here's the distinction that changes everything. And I need you to really sit with this. Income is what flows in. Wealth is what stays. Most people treat money like a river. It comes in, it goes out. Every month, every year, for decades. And they wonder why, after 20 years of working, they don't feel wealthy. Because money only flowed through them. It never stayed. It never grew. It never worked for them while they slept. If money only passes through you, it never stays with you. This is the trap. Not debt, not bad spending, not laziness. The trap is this. Most people are playing an income game when the real game is an ownership game. Let me break that down. Income is earned with time. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. You stop working, the money stops coming. That's time for money. And it's the most fragile financial model in existence because there are only 24 hours in a day, and you need most of them just to live. Wealth comes from assets, things that generate income, whether you're awake or asleep. Businesses, investments, equity, property, intellectual property, ownership. The rich aren't just earning more, they own more. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. Nobody in school taught you this. Your parents probably didn't teach you this, not because they're bad parents, but because nobody taught them either. This knowledge has a zip code. And if you didn't grow up in the right one, you're starting the game without the rule book. Now watch how this plays out across generations, because this is where it gets eerie. Your grandparents' generation? They believed in loyalty. Work for one company for 40 years. Then keep your head down, earn your pension, retire comfortably. That was the deal. Except the pension disappeared. Companies restructured, the deal broke, and an entire generation found themselves at 65 with a gold watch and not enough to retire on. Their children, the boomers and Gen X, saw that and said, "We won't be fooled. We'll own things. We'll invest in property." And they did. But many also fell into lifestyle creep, credit card debt, and the illusion of wealth through consumption. A big house, 2 cars, private school, the appearance of wealth without the foundation. Then millennials came along and rebranded the hustle, passion, purpose, entrepreneurship, rise and grind. We started side businesses at midnight and posted about our morning routines. We worked harder and smarter than any generation before us, and then yet crushing student debt, unaffordable housing, retirement accounts that look embarrassing compared to the cost of living we face. Now Gen Z is watching all of this and saying, "Forget slow. I want fast money. Crypto, drop shipping, day trading, viral content. I'll skip the slow lane entirely." And some will, but most won't. Same trap, different packaging, every single time. The wrapper changes, the core doesn't. Because the core isn't about the method, it's about the mindset. But here's the part nobody talks about. The trap doesn't just spring on bad decisions. It springs on natural ones, human ones. Decisions that feel completely logical, even smart in the moment. The first one is lifestyle inflation. You earn 100,000 naira. You adjust. You earn 200,000 naira. You adjust again. Every raise gets absorbed by a slightly bigger life. A new phone, better apartment, more subscriptions, more convenience. The gap between what you earn and what you keep stays exactly the same. The second is delayed investing. I'll start investing when I'm more stable. But stable never fully arrives. There's always something. The car, the wedding, the emergency. The investment never starts. And meanwhile, compound interest, the most powerful force in personal finance, is running for everyone else's money, not yours. The third is salary dependence. A salary feels safe. It's predictable. But it's also a cage. A single income stream tied to one employer, one industry, one economy. The moment that goes, everything goes. And the fourth, this is where it becomes dangerous, is the absence of systems. Most people rely on discipline, willpower, motivation, but those are depletable resources. They run out. Life gets hard. The willpower collapses. And with it, the financial plan. The people who break the cycle don't rely on discipline. They build systems, automatic transfers, invested before they ever touch the money. Structures that work even when motivation doesn't. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a pattern problem. Let me show you what this looks like in a real life. 2 people, same age, same education, same starting salary. Let's call them Alex and Jordan. At 25, both earn $4,000 a month. They rent apartments in the same neighborhood. They both want more from life. Alex gets a raise at 27, moves to a nicer place, gets another raise at 29, buys a newer car. By 32, Alex is earning $7,000 a month and feels roughly the same as at 25. More comfortable? Yes. More free? No. Yet the expenses just grew with the income. Jordan does something different. At 25, Jordan sets up a system. Every paycheck, before anything else, 20% goes automatically into an index fund. Jordan doesn't see it, doesn't touch it. It just goes. Jordan still lives well, not lavishly, but well. And Jordan starts learning. What is equity? What is a small business? How do assets work? By 35, Alex earns $9,000 a month, has a nice life. But one illness, one layoff, one crisis, and the whole thing starts to crack. Because it's all built on active income. The moment Alex stops working, the income stops. By 35, Jordan has a portfolio growing steadily, has a small side business generating $800 a month passively, is starting to think about a rental property. Not rich yet, but building. The trajectory is different. The direction is different. By 45, Alex is tired and trapped, earning well but unable to imagine stopping. Lifestyle too expensive, savings too thin, options too narrow. By 45, Jordan has choices, real ones. Work because it's meaningful, not because it's mandatory. Retire earlier, travel more, give more, live on terms that are theirs. Same income, different pattern, completely different life. What you repeat becomes your financial reality. So how do you actually break it? Not with a single decision, not with one big investment, not with one viral moment of motivation. You break it by changing what you optimize for. First, stop measuring success by income alone. Your salary is not your wealth. It is the raw material. What you build with it, that's the wealth. Start asking not just, how do I earn more? But how do I keep more? Yesu, how do I put what I keep to work? Second, start thinking in ownership. This doesn't mean you need to start a company tomorrow. Ownership starts small. It starts with buying one share of an index fund, with reinvesting a business dividend instead of spending it, with understanding that equity, any form, is the engine of compounding. You don't need to be rich to start owning. You need to start owning to get rich. Third, build systems, not habits. Habits require daily renewal. Systems run automatically. The day you set up an automatic investment transfer is more valuable than 300 days of trying to remember to invest. Automate the behavior. Remove the friction. Remove the choice. Fourth, and this is the hardest one, think in decades, not months. Our brains are wired for short-term reward. The market dips and we want to sell. The month is tight and we pull from savings. Short-term thinking is the trap's most powerful weapon. Wealth is slow. Then it's fast. Then it's everything. The compound curve doesn't look impressive in year 1 or year 3, sometimes not even year 7. And that's exactly why most people quit before they ever see it work. They mistake slowness for failure. And so they try something faster and lose and start over and never break free. The game isn't about how fast you can run. It's about how long you can run in the right direction. So here's what we know now. The trap isn't random. It isn't bad luck. It isn't the economy or the government or the generation you were born into. Though all of those things matter. The trap is invisible. That's why it repeats. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't feel like a trap when you're in it. It feels like life. It feels like normal. It feels like everyone you know is living the same way. So maybe this is just how it works. But it isn't. The trap is the belief that income equals freedom. The trap is optimizing for how much comes in, without ever building what stays. The trap is confusing a busy, productive, well-earning life with a wealthy one. And across generations, across completely different economies, technologies, cultural moments, people fall into it because nobody tells them it exists, because the system benefits from people who spend more than they save, who consume more than they own, who work for money instead of making money work for them. But you see it now. That changes things. Not automatically, not overnight, but it changes the direction of your attention. And in that, eventually, changes everything. The question isn't, did you fall into the trap? Almost everyone did. The question is, now that you see it, what do you do next? That choice, and only that choice, breaks the loop. If this video helped you somehow, take a second to hit the like button. It really supports the channel. And if you're ready to make decisions that actually compound, subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.